The story begins in the tribe square. Here, we see a few men surrounding and harassing a girl. One of them says, "Seriously, look, she's still trembling. Let me touch her and see." The girl was a fox girl, and the moment they reached out to touch her, she screamed loudly, "Don't touch me!" Hearing that voice, our main character suddenly opens his eyes. He sits up and shouts, "Who's shouting?" The next moment, he clutches his head and says, "Wait, why does my head feel so dizzy? What is this place?" Then, from outside, he hears those same men again. The ones bullying the girl. One man says, "Shit! This bitch was pretending to be dead." Another adds, "She actually bit me. Kill her." Hearing all this, our MC becomes even more confused. What's going on out there? He thinks. What the hell is happening? Thinking that, he steps outside his house. As soon as he does, he sees that all those men belong to the same tribe. One man was yanking the fox girl by her hair, shouting, "She's just a lowly slave. No wonder Li Yuan hates her so much." Then, two other men start talking to each other. One says, "Li Yuan isn't innocent either. Tell me, which family's slave ever ends up in such miserable shape? She's been abused worse than pigs and dogs. Even the best woman would go insane after all that." The second man agrees, "You're right. Even I don't treat my female slaves that way." Hearing and seeing all this, our MC is completely shocked. He thinks to himself, "Wait, could it be that I transmigrated into a novel?" He looks at the girl being bullied and realizes. The one being bullied in the clearing, that's the female slave of that dead scumbag, Kufu. She's one of the female leads. That's right, our MC has transmigrated into the body of Li Yuan, and Kufu is his slave. He continues thinking. The novel's name was The Villainous Heroines Are Obsessed with Me. I even skipped classes and pretended to be sick just so I could binge read it for 3 days and 2 nights. And now, I'm literally inside that very story. Looking at Kufu, he thinks, she's even purer than I imagined. He was still lost in thought when one of the men notices him standing outside. The man walks over and says, "Li Yuan! You're awake?" The moment the MC hears that name, he freezes in shock. He thinks, I'm that dead scumbag?" The man hands him a stick and says, "Here, take it. Your runaway slave, your brother caught her for you. Now it's your turn to deal with her." Saying that, he drags the MC forward. Seeing this, the MC, now Li Yuan, is terrified. He thinks, this scumbag only lived for 3 days in the novel before dying. Are you kidding me right now? As he's thinking that, he suddenly sees something descending from the sky. A flash of bright light appears, and with it, a chubby little system materializes. The system cheerfully says, "Hello, host. My surname is Du, and my name is Ding. As your system, it's a pleasure to meet you." Then it continues, "Welcome to the novel world. The villainous heroines are obsessed with me. For plot guidance. Since the story has already begun, I'll keep it brief. You have become the canon fodder male character, Li Yuan. Your goal is..." Before it can finish, Li Yuan screams, "Wait, what? A canon fodder male is supposed to reform female villains? Isn't this plot broken?" The system replies quickly, "No time to explain. In short, if any female villain's corruption value reaches 5 stars, you'll die instantly." It adds, "Right now, female lead no. One's corruption value is rapidly increasing. If you don't act immediately, you'll die on the spot." One of the men turns toward him and says, "Li Yuan, what are you spacing out for? Watch my performance." Then the man throws an egg at Kufu, hitting her right on the head. Seeing this, Li Yuan explodes in anger. He shouts, "What the hell are you doing?" He rushes forward, shielding Kufu behind him, and yells, "I dare anyone to touch her again." Not far away, another girl is shown watching. She thinks to herself, he's actually protecting Kufu? But then, the system screams, "Oh no, corruption value rising. Faster. Faster." Hearing that, Li Yuan is stunned. He thinks, I'm protecting her, So why is her corruption increasing? Then he suddenly realizes. Damn. How stupid of me. The guy I transmigrated into is her worst enemy. A scumbag who abused her for years. If he suddenly shows kindness, anyone would think he's plotting something even worse. Thinking that, he mutters. Got it. Time to change strategy. Then, in a heavy, villainous tone, he says to everyone. She's my woman. I'll deal with her myself. Why would I need you bastards interfering? Get lost, all of you. Seeing this side of Li Yuan, everyone starts to leave. One man mutters. Knew it, Li Yuan wouldn't suddenly change. He was just jealous, that's all. Another laughs. Ha! That female slave is really going to suffer now. Meanwhile, Li Yuan continues shouting. Stay away from her. Whether she lives or dies, she's mine. If anyone dares touch her again, I'll tear them apart. Kufu continues glaring at him in anger. Seeing that, Li Yuan is startled for a moment. Then he says coldly, Hey you! Hurry up and get inside. As soon as he says that, the system notifies him. Corruption value stopped rising. Well done, host! Keeping up the act, Li Yuan shouts again. What are you waiting for? Resting here? Do you think I've got infinite patience? We then see Kufu holding a sharp object in her hand, blood dripping from her palm as she glares at Li Yuan. But eventually, she stands up and starts walking toward the house. From a distance, another girl, Jinyi, is watching. She thinks to herself, this Li Yuan is quite interesting. After bringing Kufu inside, Li Yuan continues his act and shouts, Keep up! If you fall behind, I'll break your legs! But Kufu struggles to stand and suddenly collapses. Seeing her fall, Li Yuan sighs softly. He thinks, she's pitiful. But the next moment, he laughs loudly. Ha! Fine, this young master will save you properly then. Time passes, and evening falls. Li Yuan then asks the system. By the way, don't I get a beginner's gift pack or something? The system replies. Host has 10 beginner points, which can be used in the points shop to purchase gifts. What would you like to buy? Li Yuan says. Only 10 points? You've got to be kidding me. I'll have to ask later if this world has a first-time recharge bonus. Then he looks through the shop and mutters. I can't afford high-level stuff anyway. Fine, I'll just buy this 2-point women's outfit. Consider it an apology to Kufu on behalf of the previous owner. He looks at her and says, Why hasn't she woken up yet? She's been unconscious for 3 days already. Just then, Kufu slowly opens her eyes. The system says, She's awake. She's awake. Seeing her awaken, Li Yuan thinks. Phew, finally. He hands her some soup and says, I just finished cooking this. Drink it. But Kufu flinches in fear, thinking Li Yuan has poisoned it. The system alerts him. Oh no! Corruption value rising. She thinks you're trying to poison her. Li Yuan, don't break character. Following the system's advice, Li Yuan switches to his villain tone and says coldly, Not drinking, huh? You will drink it. Whether you want to or not. I won't have anyone dying in my house. Hurry up. He hands her the soup again and growls. Your worthless life. If you don't drink this, I'll drag you outside myself. Terrified, Kufu takes the bowl and drinks it. After drinking, she weakly says, What tricks do you still have left? Li Yuan shouts, TCH. So much attitude. Meanwhile, Kufu thinks to herself, This time, Li Yuan fainted because of me. Now that he's awake, I won't survive. Even if I die peacefully, that's fine. But who knows how much torture I'll endure before that. If only I still had my power, maybe it's better to just end it myself. As she's thinking this, Li Yuan throws a new dress at her and says, Stop thinking nonsense. If you die, I'll drag your corpse outside and dump garbage on it. Then he brings her some chicken and rice, placing it beside her. He says, These clothes are for you to wear, and this food is for you to eat. Are you not grateful to your young master? Meanwhile, a snake is shown watching Li Yuan closely. That snake was actually Jinyi, the girl from earlier. She slowly transforms back into human form and thinks, he's still as bad as ever. Doesn't seem like he's changed at all. But that day, I clearly felt something different about him. Never mind. As long as he keeps abusing Kufa like before, I'll still have my chance. 2 other girls call out to her. Jin-ee! Let's go pick fruits together. She replies. Okay. The scene shifts back to Li Yuan. He says, you only deserve this kind of food. When I was a kid, even my dog Wakai got 4 dishes and 1 soup daily. We see Kufa sitting silently, not touching the food. Keeping up his act, Li Yuan continues. Look at your torn, filthy clothes. People will think I'm so poor that even garbage pickers become my slaves. How embarrassing. Change quickly. Don't disgrace the Li family. And finish your food. If you leave even a single bite, I'll dump it on your head. But then, the system reports. Corruption value increased by 1 point. Hearing that, Li Yuan clenches his teeth. He thinks, being harsh doesn't work either. Why is pleasing her so damn difficult? The system replies, no, you weren't harsh enough. She still thinks the food is poisoned. Understanding now, Li Yuan picks up a piece of chicken and thinks, just how terribly did the previous owner treat her, for her guard to be this high. Then, acting again, he says aloud, oh, there's actually a chicken leg in this soup. I didn't even notice. He eats it and says, you think you deserve chicken legs? It tastes fine, but looking at you ruins my appetite. Saying that, he walks out of the house and shouts from outside. This young master doesn't even want to look at you. As soon as he leaves, Kufa stares at the food for a moment. Then suddenly dives in and starts eating ravenously. After she finishes eating everything, Kufa suddenly bursts into tears. The system is showing all of this to Li Yuan. The system says, host, Kufa's corruption value has dropped for the first time. Congratulations. Watching Kufa cry, Li Yuan murmurs. Such a cute girl. How could the scumbag from the original novel abuse her so cruelly? And his name is even the same as mine. TCH, the author of this novel must be a complete pervert. Then he tries to look at his reflection in the water and mutters. Why can't I even see my reflection properly? Looks like I really am a piece of trash, the system replies. In the 6-million-word novel, Li Yuan's physical description was only 52 words long. According to our monitoring records, you swiped past that page in 0.6 seconds. Since you didn't remember it, your reflection doesn't resemble a real person. Hearing that, Li Yuan gets angry. Who has time to read an entire paragraph about a cannon fodder's looks? What a waste of life. The system then continues. By the way, host, according to the novel, your character setting says you won't take a bath for 3 months. The moment he hears that, Li Yuan pinches his nose and shouts. Fine. You win. Can I spend 1 point to buy some shower gel? The system quickly answers. Of course, no problem. If you purchase shower gel right now, you'll also get a towel and an exfoliating mitt completely free. Hearing the offer, Li Yuan immediately says, deal. The system gives him the towel, gel, and all the items. Then suddenly Li Yuan remembers something. Oh right! I saw that 1 point special offer for a medical kit earlier. Give me one of those too. The system replies. No problem, and hands him the medical kit as well. Night falls soon after. The system says, by the way, host, any items you purchase from the shop can be used permanently. Hearing that, Li Yuan smiles brightly. So generous! Then, as he walks into his house, he says to the system, dinner's been delivered inside, right? The system answers, your bodyguard already delivered it half an hour ago. Hearing that, Li Yuan kicks the door open and mutters, then she should have finished eating by now. But as he enters, Kufu is startled. She hasn't even finished her food yet. Seeing this, Li Yuan thinks to himself, why hasn't she finished eating? The system explains, oh, I forgot, she's still injured, so eating must be inconvenient for her. Realizing that, Li Yuan says to her, sit down and keep eating. Then, in a cold tone, he laughs and adds, if my dog ever left leftovers, you remember what happened, don't you? Hearing that, Kufa panics and hurriedly starts finishing all her food. While she eats nervously, Li Yuan opens the medical kit. Seeing that, Kufa thinks anxiously. So now he's found a new way to torture me. Then Li Yuan walks over and starts applying ointment to her wounds. Kufa's eyes widen in shock, the touch stings, and she winces. In her mind, she panics. Just as I thought, he's using poison on me. He's still the same Li Yuan as before. Meanwhile, Li Yuan, applying medicine, says calmly, It hurts, doesn't it? It should hurt, but in his mind, he sighs. There's no point explaining, it's just disinfecting alcohol. Better to let her think I'm torturing her. He continues his act. While still applying medicine, he orders, Keep eating. Don't you dare stop. Then he grabs her other arm and says, Give me your other injured hand. Every wound must hurt once. Kufa silently endures. When she finally finishes her food, Li Yuan also finishes applying the medicine. Standing up, he says, I've applied the medicine. I'm leaving now. But the word medicine shocks Kufa. She had been convinced it was poison. She looks down at her wounds and realizes in surprise. What he applied on me, it was really medicine, not poison. She tries to stop Li Yuan, but he has already walked out. Looking toward the door, she murmurs, Wait, this isn't even your room. Outside, Li Yuan shivers in the cold. Damn, it's freezing tonight. All right, it's worth it. Enduring this tonight will definitely be worth it. He thinks to himself. When she wakes up tomorrow morning and sees her wounds healed, she'll realize what I applied wasn't poison, but something to help her recover. That should make her corruption value drop for sure. But just as he's thinking that, the system interrupts. By the way, host, I forgot to tell you. Our scoring rules are divided into two aspects, corruption and affection. A corruption value of 5 means complete corruption, and an affection value of 5 means complete capture. 1 degree equals roughly 3,000 points. However, buying items from the shop consumes points. After your initial 10 points and your recent purchases, you now have only 7 points remaining. Hearing that, Li Yuan says confidently, What's there to be afraid of? I'm treating Kufa so well, by tomorrow morning, I'll definitely gain some points. The system replies, That's true. The night passes and morning arrives. As soon as Li Yuan wakes up, he screams angrily, Damn it! That ungrateful backstabber! He storms around his room shouting, This is unreasonable. How is this even possible? After everything I did yesterday, I should have gotten at least 90 points, if not 100. But I didn't even get a single one. The system calmly says, Host, don't worry. We've made significant progress over the past 2 days. We'll soon be able to capture Kufu. Hearing this, Li Yuan stops pacing. Looking at his body, he mutters, Damn, I stink so bad. The original owner must have been a slob. No wonder I'm not getting points. No beauty would like a man who smells like this. Then he says, Think about it, if you were Kufu, and you saw a handsome, sparkling clean guy, who was gentle and considerate toward you, wouldn't your heart flutter? The system freezes in shock. Meanwhile, Li Yuan starts searching around. Alright, time to scrub myself clean. He exchanges 1 point for toiletries. After some time passes, we see Kufa sitting quietly in the house. Just then, Li Yuan walks in, freshly shaved and completely clean. He calls out, Hey! Seeing him in his new, clean look, Kufu is stunned. You're... Li Yuan grins proudly. Pretty stunning, right? But Kufu immediately takes a few cautious steps back, her whole body tense and on guard. Seeing that, Li Yuan blurts out, Hey, why'd you suddenly move away like that? The system panics. Not good. Her corruption value is fluctuating again. Li Yuan is shocked. No way. I'm completely clean now. I might not be world-class handsome, but I'm definitely above average. So why is her corruption value still rising? The system replies, According to our calculations, her corruption value will keep increasing. At a rate of 0.0001 per second. Host, think of something fast. After thinking for a second, Li Yuan smirks wickedly. True enough, if some beautiful woman suddenly fell head over heels for me, I'd probably think she was trying to steal my kidneys too. Looks like there's only one way left. Then he shouts loudly. Why are you still wearing those ragged clothes? Didn't I give you new ones? Do you not like the clothes I picked out for you? Every time I talk, you make that gloomy face. Looking at you brings bad luck. Are you trying to defy me on purpose? Do you want the whole tribe to think the Li family is stingy? But in his mind, he sighs. Her PTSD is seriously severe. The narrator adds, PTSD, or post-traumatic stress disorder, is a mental condition that develops after experiencing a shocking, frightening, or painful event. Li Yuan keeps yelling. What are you staring at? Hurry up and change your clothes. Kufa nervously replies. But, I should go prepare food. Li Yuan scoffs. The food you make isn't even fit for a dog to eat. He pushes her gently back onto the bed and says coldly. You don't need to cook today. Just stay home and reflect on your actions. Then he storms out. As he walks away, he grumbles to himself. I even used my good looks, and she still won't give me even half a point of affection value. Back inside, Kufa watches him leave. She glances at the dress lying nearby and begins to think. She remembers when Li Yuan stood in front of her and protected her from those men. Then how he brought her inside and gave her soup to drink. She thinks, I'm just a slave who ran away and left my master to die. I should have been executed the moment I was caught. Why didn't he kill me? Why did he give me such nice clothes instead? Looking at her wound, she wonders. If he wanted to torture me, he could have just whipped me a few times. Could it be, he actually feels worried about me? Even this wound, it already feels a little better since yesterday, but then her inner voice scolds her. You're done for. Just because the man who bullies you every day didn't hit you today, you think that means he cares about you. She shakes her head. No, impossible. A person's nature doesn't change overnight. He must be planning a new way to torture me. The Li family has never been kind people. I can't fall for his tricks. Her conscience answers. That's right. Stay on high alert. Never trust him easily. A while later, Li Yuan comes back into the room. He's thinking. Women, right? Maybe if she wears the beautiful dress tonight, she'll feel happy and her affection value will rise. But the system says regretfully, Host, I'm sorry to inform you, Kufa's corruption value has increased by another 0.03. That sentence feels like a dagger straight to Li Yuan's chest. He clutches his head and groans. This job is impossible. To hell with it all. I quit. The system panics. Please don't. If you quit, we'll both die. As soon as he heard that, Li Yuan gave an evil smirk and added, Hey girl, today's your unlucky day for bumping into me. Serve me well, and I'll grant you a quick and painless death. Then he asked the system. How was that? Was my performance menacing enough? The system quickly replied. More than enough, more than enough. Li Yuan sighed dramatically. No one knows how much effort I put behind the scenes just to stay in character. 2 days, let's do this for survival. The system echoed him. Let's do this for survival. Later, he returned home, carrying some firewood in his hands. Not seeing Kufa around, he shouted. I'm back. Where is everyone? Are you all dead or what? Kufa nervously replied. I'm here. He placed the firewood down beside her and said coldly. Go wash up. Put on the clothes I bought for you. You've been filthy all day, you're embarrassing me. What's wrong? Don't like the clothes I picked for you? Kufa quickly answered. No, that's not it, I just... Before she could finish, Li Yuan interrupted. Did I ask you to gather firewood? If your wounds reopen, I'll have to waste more money treating them again. Kufa timidly said. Then I'll... But before she could continue, Li Yuan lit the fire and ordered. Enough. Just go and clean yourself up. You need to make yourself presentable for me. Terrified, Kufu immediately replied. I'll go. I'll go right now. As she walked away, she thought bitterly to herself. So he really is the same Liuani. And I thought there was hope, thought maybe his heart had changed. He'll never change, never? Then, Liuani poured water into a basin and said flatly, "Go on, wash," he added mockingly. "Other people's female slaves have better bodies and prettier faces. Just taking a walk outside is easier on the eyes than looking at you. Who would even be interested in you?" Seeing him act so convincingly cruel, the system muttered, "Host, your cruelty doesn't even feel like acting anymore." After pouring the water, Liuani turned to leave and ordered, "Hurry up and wash." Then, speaking privately to the system, he asked, "So? How was my acting?" The system instantly replied, "Excellent, excellent." Meanwhile, Kufu began removing her clothes. She thought anxiously, "He told me to wash myself. Does that mean tonight he'll—" Outside, Liuani sat troubled. Handling just one Kufu is already this hard. The other 6 won't be easy either. And I can't let them find out about each other or about their relationships with me. Otherwise, their corruption values might spike. This is literally a life or death balance." The system responded, "To maintain world peace, I really have no choice but to help you." Liuani growled in frustration. This book Transmigration was supposed to be about using cheats, acting cool, and turning the tables, not about becoming a simp. The system consoled him. "Think of it this way, host, when you've captured all 7 female villains, you'll command the 7 strongest warriors in the world. That's the ultimate cheat. Isn't that cool?" Liuani gave it a thumbs up. "You're right. Becoming a simp is just part of the journey. My goal is much greater than that." Meanwhile, Kufu finished washing. Night had fallen. She hesitantly called out, I'm done bathing," and stepped out wearing the new dress. She looked a little shy and thought, "Does this look strange on me?" Liuani glanced at her and said coldly, "Impassable." But in his mind, he was already planning, "I'll pamper you more, farm affection points, and buy you even more clothes. Then I'll make you try on nurse outfits, police uniforms, yoga wear." Kufu, seeing his cold reaction, thought in shock, "Is he not satisfied?" A little later, sleepiness hit Liuani. "I'm going to my room to sleep," he told her. "When you're done cleaning, stand guard outside while I sleep. Protect your master properly." Kufu quietly responded, "Oh." But before leaving, Liuani suddenly turned back, grabbed her chin, and warned, "If I wake up in the middle of the night and don't find you in the room, I'll strip you and pin you to the bed." Kufu froze in fear. I understand." He released her and said, "That's more like it." The system happily chimed in, "Corruption has stopped increasing. Great job, host. Your explosive acting really worked." Before going inside, Liuani warned again, "Leave the buckets and everything else where they are. Don't touch anything. If you mess around and worsen your injuries, I'll have to waste more money on you. Got it?" "Yes," Kufu replied softly. Then she thought to herself, "So he's afraid I'll get hurt or die, not because he cares, but because he doesn't want to waste money. Still, that's fine." She sank to her knees and whispered tearfully, "My escape failed, but at least I'm still alive. Life doesn't feel as unbearable as it used to." From inside his room, Liuani saw her kneeling and crying. Then the system suddenly shouted, "Congratulations! Corruption value has significantly dropped. Reward 10 points. Shop level 2 unlocked. More products available." Overjoyed, Liuani grabbed the system and hugged it tight, tears welling up in his eyes. "Finally!" the system said warmly. "Well done. If we keep up this routine, we'll definitely max out Kufu's affection value." Thinking of her, Liuani smiled faintly. "Silly girl. I'm not the same Liuani I used to be. One day you'll understand. I just want to see you smile, to see you happy." Then he lay down and fell asleep. Some time later, when he opened his eyes, he froze. Kufu was standing beside his bed, taking off her dress. Li Yuani blushed furiously and yelled. What are you doing? Kufu innocently replied. Didn't you say you wanted me to sleep with you? Silence filled the entire room. Li Yuani panicked, pinching his nose. When did I ever say that? Wait, why is my nose hot? Don't tell me I'm about to get a nosebleed from embarrassment. The system screamed. Not good. Corruption value increased by 0.01. Trying to control the situation, Li Yuani shouted. Have I been too soft with you? Look at yourself in the mirror, nothing but bones. Only dogs like chewing on bones, got it? But inside, he was in turmoil. I'm a decent man, and now a woman's throwing herself at me. How am I supposed to resist? Come on, I'm not a eunuch. Don't mess with me, I have procedures for this. Kufa stammered. But master, your recent attitude, doesn't it mean that you? That's your interpretation. Li Yuani snapped. You sleep on the bed. I'll sleep on the floor. Separate. Don't mess with me. He shoved her gently onto the bed. Kufa blinked, startled. I can really sleep on the bed? Li Yuani scowled, still acting. You jinx! You scared me so bad I think I pulled a muscle in my back. This bed's too soft. I'm sleeping on the floor tonight. But in his mind he thought, I might not be a eunuch, but if I make even one wrong move, her corruption value will max out instantly. As he laid down, Kufa quietly asked, So tonight, are we still? Still nothing. Shut up and sleep. Li Yuani barked. He turned away and lay on the floor. Seeing him fall asleep, Kufa thought, Great, he's asleep. Then she too drifted off, wondering, Why do I feel so at ease tonight? But in her sleep, her past memories returned. She saw her village burning, flames everywhere, screams echoing. A man, likely her father, shouted, Run! Don't look back, just keep running. Kufa ran crying, but before she could get far, she was struck from behind and fell. Bleeding heavily, she was captured, sold as a slave. Remembering all this, her body began trembling even in her sleep. Li Yuani woke up, startled, seeing her shaking violently. Kufu, are you okay? He asked. The system said. It's hard to wake someone trapped in a nightmare. Li Yuani asked. Can you see what she's dreaming about? Is it her past? I can't see the content, the system replied. But her corruption value has been slowly increasing for a while, and it's not stopping. I actually feel bad for you, for about 3 seconds. Li Yuani murmured. A noble girl with fox-skin bloodline, sold into slavery as a child, forced to endure endless humiliation and abuse. You can probably guess what she's dreaming about. He gently touched her face, thinking. In the original novel, it said her fox-skin powers were partially sealed because of her childhood trauma. That's why she became someone anyone could bully. He looked at her wound. It's still not fully healed, he said softly, applying medicine. If I apply more, will it heal faster? Even in sleep, Kufu winced from the pain, but pretended to stay asleep. She thought, what is he doing to me? It hurts so much. Then more thoughts raced through her mind. During the day he ordered me to eat, at night he insists I share the bed. Was all this just so I'd lower my guard before he poisoned me? Anger surged. She opened her eyes and thought furiously. If you want to kill me, just do it directly. Why torture me like this? This pain, even a pig would have woken up by now. She reached for a sharp object beside her. Li Yuani had already fallen asleep after applying the medicine. Kufu raised the sharp piece, whispering to herself. When you're torturing me in my sleep, don't blame me for fighting back. But then she paused. Wait, why does it itch so much? She looked down at her wound, and gasped. It's healing? This fast? She froze, stunned. Then her thoughts softened. So what he said earlier, that it was medicine, was true. Her eyes trembled, and at that moment, her affection for Li Yuani began to rise.